I currently own and manage a cafe, and my mother-in-law has been coming over to eat and drink hundreds of dollars worth of different food items. She always brings about 6 to 7 friends with her and demands that I give them free coffee and bread. It is honestly just driving me insane. After getting married to my husband, I calculated the total amount of food and drink she had received, and it came out to more than $1,000. How is your business doing these days? It's the same pretty much. Nothing unusual. Staffing costs have gotten higher, so it's tough to deal with paying your employees. But you are the owner of this place, so there shouldn't be anything particularly difficult for you. All you have to do is make sure your workers are doing the job and getting paid. I think that because I am the owner of this place, there are a lot more responsibilities that I need to take care of. There's more to my position than just making sure everybody is working. Don't be such a crybaby. Anyways, is it fine for me to go over to your cafe today? You're going to come over today as well? Yes, I'm going to bring some of my friends over there. Can I ask how many people you plan on bringing? Why do you feel the need to ask that? Are you annoyed that I'm going to be there? It's not that I feel annoyed or anything. I just want to know how many people will be there, so I will be able to prepare everything. There's going to be about 6 people coming with me, but there might be a little more. I'm not exactly sure about the exact number. I will be sure to give you guys some bread and a cake on the house. What do you mean? You're only going to be giving us bread and a cake? Is that the best you can do for me and my friends? You are the literal owner of the cafe, and I am your mother-in-law. I think I deserve a little more than that. But the inflation and staffing prices have been getting very bad lately, and it's very difficult for me to take care of everything. It's not going to be easy for me to provide you guys with anything more than that. I am not able to give you guys everything for free, and I won't be able to continue doing this in the long run. I'm bringing my friends over here because my daughter-in-law owns the place. Can't you save me some face in front of my friends by giving them a generous amount of food and drinks? Free drinks and food for 6 people is a little too much to ask for, don't you think? Why did you decide to become an owner then? Why do you have to make such a big deal about getting some free food and drinks to your mother-in-law and friends? I'm not so sure about giving away free menu items for all 6 people. Instead, I will make sure that you guys receive the best service. Forget about the good service. Just make sure you tell everyone that it's on the house. We're all going to be there tonight, so you better behave well in front of everybody. I don't think I will be able to do that today. Hello? Are you there? Did she hang up on me? I really hope she changes her mind about this. I really don't want her to come over here again and demand more free drinks and food. Charlotte, we're here! Why don't you say hello to all of my friends? Hello. Nice to see you guys. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with 6 cups of coffee and a slice of banana bread for each one of us. My daughter-in-law owns this place, so you guys feel free to order whatever you guys want. It's all going to be on the house. Did you not have any dinner before you came here? There's always room for dessert. Do you not want me to have any banana bread or something? No, it's not that. Just give us 6 cups of coffee each, and make all of them very rich. We also want some of the best menu items that you have, and all of your best sellers. You should know what they are. Then, like you said before, I will only charge you guys for the coffee. Everything else, including the cake and the bread, will be on the house. No, we don't have to pay for anything. You are quite the joker, aren't you, Charlotte? She can be quite funny at times. I really adore her sense of humor. You see, guys, do you see the relationship that I have with my daughter-in-law? We're practically friends with one another. Charlotte, I'll be here with my friends, so please make sure to treat us with the best coffee and bread available. My friends have also been asking if you've gained weight recently. Have you put on a few pounds? I've been very busy lately, so I have only been able to eat late at night. You need to lose some weight. Having an overweight daughter-in-law is only going to be an embarrassment for me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll try to take better care of my body. I've never seen you wearing that shirt before. Is that a new shirt that you own? I was running out of clothes to wear, so I went ahead and bought a new shirt. You have money to buy all of the clothes you want. Is it really that hard for you to provide a few cups of coffee for your mother-in-law? I don't know what you are talking about. The shirt wasn't expensive. If you're going to buy new clothes, buy it with your own money. Don't use your husband's money to buy your own clothes. And hurry up with the coffee and bread! What's taking you so long? This was the 5th time this month that my mother-in-law visited my cafe with her friends. Within a period of 3 weeks, they ate and drank about $400 worth of food, and they remained at their table for more than 3 hours. Because of that, we were not able to take in any other customers. Each time they came over to my cafe, they would always make rude and snarky comments about my body and clothes. They would ask me if I have any plans for a child, and talk about how much money I have. As the boss of my own cafe, it is so embarrassing to experience this in front of my own employees. My mother-in-law refuses to pay a single dime after drinking and eating from my cafe. All she does is demand for more food and drinks, as if she owns the place. After all that, she just returns to her seat as if nothing happened. The first couple of times she visited the cafe, I made sure to treat her especially well. I never expected her to visit the cafe whenever she felt like it, eating and drinking all of the food for free. I had enough of this, and I wanted to do something about it. So the first thing that I did was go to my husband to tell him about his mother's behavior. I told him that he should ask his mom to stop coming over to my cafe. Honey, your mother visited my cafe again yesterday.
She did. I guess it's a good thing that she visits often. It's a good opportunity for you guys to get closer to one another.
I wouldn't mind it if she just visits. It's just that every time she comes, she demands free food and drinks. It's the 3rd time that she's done this within 1 month.
The coffee doesn't even cost that much. I don't understand what the big deal is.
The problem is not the fact that she is coming over for free coffee. The problem is that each and every time she visits, she asks for more than just coffee. She wants me to give her food and cake as well. And this is not good for me business-wise.
Still, it really shouldn't cost that much if you add up the total amount.
It might not seem like a lot, but you have to take into consideration that we have only been married for about 6 months now. Within those 6 months, I added up all of the total amounts of free food and drinks that your mother has demanded from me. The total number came out to about more than $1,000.
Come on, Charlotte. Was it really necessary for you to calculate the total amount? Do you really dislike the idea of giving my mom some free coffee and food, to the point where you calculated the amount yourself? If I were you, I would be very happy if your mother frequently visited my cafe. I'm a little disappointed in you, to be honest.
Well, it's just that every time she visits, she stays in her spot for more than 3 hours, which can be a problem for all of the other customers. We have other customers waiting in line to be seated, but we're not able to give them their seats. Not only that, but she always makes very rude comments about my body weight. She keeps asking me questions about when I am going to have a child, and it honestly just feels very pressuring for me. I'm so embarrassed, but I have to experience this in front of my employees. Yesterday, she literally asked me if the clothes that I'm wearing are new, and she started to tell me that I need to stop using your money to buy new clothes.
I mean, to be honest, she's not entirely wrong about that. It is quite true that you have gained a little weight recently. I think it will be very good for you to use my mom's words as motivation to lose some weight.
I'm not the only one who gained weight here. We would always come home from work late at night, and this is the result of us continuously eating late-night meals. You also gained weight with me.
But let's be real here. I am a man and you're a woman. Mom says that I actually look quite better now that I've gained weight.
Then why did she have to tell me not to use her money to buy my clothes? If we're being honest here, my income is a lot higher than yours anyways.
It's not like it's illegal for a mother-in-law to make those type of comments to her daughter-in-law. She was most likely just worried that we don't have a house for ourselves yet. That's why she makes all of those comments about your money. She's just saying those things out of worry for you. But do you really have to be so bitter about it?
How can she be saying those things out of worry? It sure did not sound like it.
You have to understand my mom's tone of speaking. She normally just talks like that. It might sound like she's trying to hurt your feelings, but that's just the way she talks. You just have to get used to it.
Then I would like you to tell her to stop coming over to my cafe. If she wants to come over, then she's going to have to start paying instead of getting everything for free.
Why are you being such a cheapskate about it? You are literally the owner of the cafe. I don't see why you have to be so cheap about it, especially to your own mother-in-law. This will later on just add up to your own advantage, and my mom will just think good of you.
I don't need to look good in front of your mother, and that is not why I am doing this business for myself.
Would you say that about your mother if she visited you at the cafe? Would you make her pay for all of the drinks and food she orders?
My mom never asks for free food or drinks when she comes over to my cafe. If anything, she always comes with a lunchbox in her hand. She wants to make sure that I eat well enough so that I can work. Not once has my mom ever demanded a free cup of coffee from me. Even if I insist on giving her a free cup of coffee, she always refuses, so I have to forcefully refuse the money. But she still puts it into my hand.
Okay, fine. I'll tell my mom about it. So could you please stop scolding me?
Before my husband and I got married to one another, he was never the type of man to care this much about his own mother. Before we were married, he didn't even know his own mother's birthday. It was only after our marriage when he started to change the way he felt about his mother. I found it quite strange and obnoxious that now he is starting to act like he has always cared for his mother. I was very furious when he started comparing my mom to his mom. My mom is completely different from his mom when it comes to visiting the cafe. My mom never demanded a free cup of coffee from me. And even if she accepted my offer to drink a free cup, she would always leave the money on the table for me. I honestly don't get why he wants to compare his mom to mine. But after he told me that he would talk to his mom about it, I was actually quite relieved. Every time my mother-in-law visited the cafe, I would have headaches and my stress levels would increase for the entire duration of the day. What kind of a person would make such rude comments about someone else's body weight as a sign of worry? I really do not understand my husband's point. If I am being brutally honest, I make a lot more money than my husband, so he is not one to talk. While we were dating one another, he would always promise me that he would never treat me like the poor wives in all of the soap operas who are tormented by their mothers-in-law. I actually believed his words when he told me that, and that is why I agreed to the marriage. I guess it is really true that men change after marriage, more or less. I had absolutely no idea back then that I would be experiencing something like this for myself. But little did I know, there was somebody much worse than my mother-in-law. Hi, Charlotte! Wow, there are a lot of people in this cafe. Hi, Ruth. The weather has been getting very hot recently, so we've been getting a lot of customers. I bragged to all of my friends that my brother's wife is the owner of a cafe. You have no idea how excited I was. I'm glad that you were excited to find out, but you didn't have to. So I'm going to have to ask you a favor so that you can do me proud. That's what family is for, isn't it? You want me to do you proud? How exactly do you want me to do that? I'm planning on coming over here with 3 of my friends. Could you provide us with 3 cups of coffee and nice, beautiful cake? I want some of the most beautiful looking decorations on it. Can you also give me some extra cash in front of my friends, just as a gift? How much do you want? Would $50 be good enough? Come on, Charlotte! You are the owner of a cafe, for crying out loud! Don't you think you should give me at least $200? I'm also starting to apply for a civil servant job, so you can just think of it as helping out your husband's younger sister with her employment. I can't believe that she was asking me for $200. That kind of money doesn't grow on trees. It takes about hours and hours of selling coffee in order to earn $200 in just one day. I don't know where she gets the confidence to request that kind of money from me. First, it was only my mother-in-law who was giving me a hard time, but now her daughter is doing the exact same thing to me. I honestly started to think that they are doing this on purpose. Ruth must have told my husband, who is also her older brother, about this. My husband told me to just give her the money and just do what she asks. He said that he will pay me back for it instead. He said he will also pay for their coffee and bread. I really could not help but think about how ridiculous this family was being. But since my husband and sister were paying for the coffee and bread, I just did as he said. I didn't want to cause a scene in my own cafe. I did not want to take any chances to scare any customers away. The problem started to arise when Ruth, who had no idea that all of this was her brother's money, started to visit the cafe very frequently. Hello. Welcome. Hi, Charlotte! Long time no see, right? Oh, hi, Ruth. You were here literally just yesterday. It wasn't a long time. Are you here to drink some coffee today? I'm just here to study for today. I told you that I was studying for my civil servant exam, so I need to get studying. You know that nowadays, people are starting to study more at cafes rather than at libraries. If you don't mind, I'll just study for my civil servant exam here. You're going to study for it here? I don't really feel comfortable staying that long at another cafe. But you own this place, so I thought maybe I can just study here. I hope you understand and let me study here. Would it be okay for you to study here? I mean, the music is very loud, and there are a lot of customers who are constantly chatting. It can be a big distraction to your studies. I'm fine. It's going to be all right. Can you give me a blueberry smoothie, please? I'm studying for an important exam. So you're not going to tell me to pay, are you? Every minute matters for me right now when I am studying for this exam. I mustn't waste a single minute of it. Could you please bring it to my table? I'll be sitting over there. If there's also some leftover cake, I would also appreciate it. That little rascal just walks away after all that. She is exactly like her own mother. How can they be so alike? They are literally tormenting me in the same way. I can't believe it. I thought that I would finally be able to have some peace and quiet now that my husband had told his mother to stop coming over to my cafe. I was wrong, because now her daughter was coming over to torment me. I had a bad feeling that she was a much stronger opponent than my mother-in-law. She was staying at the cafe until 8 o'clock at night, constantly asking for drinks without paying for any of them. Maybe if she had been actually studying hard enough, I would have felt a little bad for her. She wasn't even studying that hard. She was just constantly looking into her phone and taking naps. Some of the other customers in the cafe were literally staring at her. When she finally left the cafe, she told me that she will be back again tomorrow. When she told me that, I immediately had a headache. The only thing that I can do in this situation is just talk to my husband about it. Your mother hasn't been coming over to the cafe at all recently, thanks to you telling her.
You were making such a big deal about it, so I just went ahead and told her. Now do you feel super satisfied about yourself?
What do you mean? I don't feel satisfied at all right now. Your mother may not be coming over right now, but your sister is the one who is bothering me. She visits almost every single day.
Ruth is coming over every day. It's not like she's not allowed to go there. Why do you hate it when my family comes over to your cafe? What is so wrong about my family coming over to your cafe?
The problem is that she also requests free drinks each time she comes over, and she doesn't even pay for it. Do you remember when she wanted me to pay her the money in front of her friends? It didn't stop there. She was asking for more drinks and food because her friends were there. She didn't pay for any of it either. That was all out of your money. Today she came over and stayed for hours because she wanted to study, but she didn't even study at all. She mostly just slept. She never pays for anything. All she does is just ask for free stuff. I'm so sick of it. Can you tell your own sister to stop coming over at the cafe and doing this? I think she needs to hear a word from her older brother.
Do you really want to be that heartless to somebody who is preparing for their civil exam? I think you're being a little too merciless here. What's so bad about taking a couple of naps here and there while studying? We've all been there before, haven't we?
She wasn't even studying that much at the cafe. She was mostly just looking at her phone and hunching over to take naps. I'm not even sure if she will be able to pass the exam. With that kind of study habit, it will be hard for her to pass it.
Were you just spying on my sister instead of doing your job? Aren't you supposed to be doing something else instead of just watching my sister do her thing? I think you just want to nitpick her, that's all. You just need something to point out so that you can have a reason for blaming her.
She is taking over the best seat in the cafe and staying there for hours and hours while other customers are looking for a seat. It's not only me. Everybody else in the cafe would also be staring at her. My employees aren't able to say anything about it either, but I'm pretty sure that they feel the same way about it.
So do you care more about your employees than your own family members?
That's not the point that I am addressing here, Gavin. Then why don't you just tell her to pay for the food and drinks? I can't keep giving out free stuff for her anymore. She literally just comes here every day just for free food and drinks. I may be generous for the first couple of times, but I have had it with her. This cannot go on forever.
Why do you have to be so cheap in front of your own sister-in-law? She doesn't even get that much. Why do you have to make such a big fuss about it when you are the owner?
Yes, because I am so cheap, I can no longer be giving out any more free food to anyone. If you want your family members to receive free drinks from me, then I'm going to expect you to pay for them.
Here, just take my card. Every time my family members go to your cafe to eat and drink something, you can just use my card. I'll just take it off from my own paycheck. It's no big deal. I don't understand why you have to be like this. Why don't you just give it to them for free? Is it really that hard to serve your own family members?
Are you sure about that? From now on, I will use your card to pay for all of their food and drinks. You really have no regrets about that.
Yes, I'm totally fine with that. I'm not a cheapskate like somebody else in this family. I actually have a heart towards my family members.
My husband has absolutely no idea how much food and drinks his mother and sister are ordering at my cafe. I don't understand where he gets this confidence from when he handed me his card. But he gave me his card with absolutely no hesitation, so I also received it with no hesitation. I wanted him to understand my pain. I honestly thought it was better for me, because we take care of our earnings separately. It would be good for him to get a taste of his mother and sister's medicine. I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to show my husband the truth about his mother and sister. I also think it is the perfect chance for me to fix my mother-in-law and Ruth's manners. I'm pretty sure that they are going to keep coming over and demanding more food and drinks. I'm wondering what their reaction would be once they find out that I have been paying for all of it with Gavin's card. I'm pretty sure they would be furious to find out. I composed a plan for myself in order to protect my beloved cafe and to overthrow this despicable situation. Hi, Charlotte! Are you really going to be coming over every day to study? I already told you before, Ruth. Studying at cafes is a big thing nowadays. You probably aren't aware of how people study these days, but cafes are a great place to study. The music was a little too loud yesterday, so I had a hard time concentrating on my studies. Could you lower the music volume down to about half, please? I'm not able to do that. This is a cafe, not a restaurant. The music is supposed to be loud here. I'm not able to lower the volume just because one person feels that it's too loud. I'm trying to study for my civil service exam, but are you not able to do this one favor for me? Don't you want to support your sister-in-law?
I already gave you plenty of free food and drinks, and I absolutely cannot lower the music.
Never mind, just forget about it. Could I get a strawberry smoothie today? I'm also quite hungry, so could I also get a waffle with that?
Okay. Is there anything else you want to eat? Is there anything else I can get you?
Wow, I'm surprised. I never expected you to ask me what I want to eat. You are always so cheap and unwilling to give me free stuff. But why are you asking me first?
Just tell me if there's anything you want, and you and your mother are free to come over here anytime you feel like it.
Are you sure about that? The bread was absolutely delicious, and I always wanted to eat more than one, but I couldn't order more because of the way you were at times. Then for today, can I order one of every single kind of bread you guys have?
I think that's a little too much. We have over 10 different kinds of bread.
Why? I thought you told me to order everything that I want to. Are you regretting it all of a sudden?
No, it's not that. It's just that you can just order more bread along the way.
No, I just want it all in one go. If there are leftovers, I will take them home. What's the big deal?
Okay, fine.
I'm going to be getting a package delivered to me soon, so I'd like you to receive it and keep it for me. And don't open it.
A delivery package? Are you maybe planning on giving me a gift for the coffees?
Honestly, I'm kind of sick and tired of you boasting about all of the free coffees you have given me. You are really expecting me to give you some kind of present? Come on, Charlotte. I don't want you to have that kind of misunderstanding.
So what did you order?
I just ordered some of my clothes. If I get them delivered to my house, Mom always scolds me about buying new clothes. I got tired of hearing that, so I just have them delivered to the cafe. So I'm going to need you to hang on to it for me, and then hand it over later. Please take good care of it, so that it doesn't get damaged.
Are you planning on ordering all of your packages to the cafe from now on?
Why? Do you have a problem with that?
I really cannot believe my sister-in-law. Now she wants to torment me with her own delivery packages. But I decided to endure all of this, now that I have my husband's card. Ruth continued to make absurd demands while she was at the cafe, but I did everything that she asked me to. Each and every time she did so, I would pay for it using my husband's card. She had absolutely no idea that I was paying for it with her own brother's card. Her orders and demands did not stop there. I honestly don't know if she came here to study or if she came to stuff her face with bread. I'm not sure if she would pass her civil service exam at this point, but I'm pretty sure the cafe can reward her for perfect attendance. I just kept thinking to myself that none of this is on me, because I am using my husband's card. So I gave her everything that she asked for. I even gave her things that she didn't even ask me or requested from me. It was not until then when she started to tell me that I seemed like a generous person, and she put a smile on her face. Fine. Enjoy all of the food that your brother is buying for you. Sweet dreams! I'm here! It's been a while since I was last here. Hello, welcome. I heard from Ruth that you are finally treating your family like you should be. I hear that you are very generous with all that you give out to your in-laws. She told me about how much food you gave her. Yes, and you can feel free to order whatever you want. I'm going to need you to bring over lots of cake and coffee to my table, because I will be bringing over 7 of my friends. Don't make me look bad. All right. Is there anything else I can help you with? Wow, so I can see that you really have changed. What Ruth told me was true after all. I thought you were such a cheapskate. Why have you changed all of a sudden? Why are you treating me so well right now? Well, you can't really call me a cheapskate. I have been giving you everything for free, and I never charged you for anything. You hurt my feelings a little because of how cheap you were to me. As my daughter-in-law, you should be able to save face, especially in front of all of my friends. From now on, whether it is Gavin who visits or Ruth who visits, You better take good care of them. Don't be such a cheapskate in front of them.
Okay, I will go ahead and start preparing your coffee and desserts. My mother-in-law, who also had no idea that I was using my husband's card to pay for all of her food and drinks, went berserk on her orders. I made sure to pay for every single one of her orders with my husband's card. My husband doesn't like to receive text messages from his bank, so I'm pretty sure that he disabled all notifications from his bank account. So there was no way for him to know what I was doing and how much money was being withdrawn. After what had happened, my mother-in-law started to spread the word out to all of her family members. She started bringing all of her friends and all of her sisters and the family members over to the cafe. The demands for the free food and drinks were never-ending, but it was no problem for me because I was continuing to use my husband's card. I provided them with all that they asked for. I don't know if it runs in their family, but they sure love to demand for free food and drinks. They were coming over every single day at that point. Did they really have that much time on their hands? I don't understand how shameless you have to be to come over to someone's cafe every single day asking for free stuff. But none of that mattered to me, because my husband was the one paying for it anyways. In the case that they tried to come at me with anything, I gathered all of the receipts for every single order. I also wrote down a list of every single menu item that they ordered. They never paid me any money. For each time they would order an item, I asked them to sign what they ate, so I can keep it as evidence. That was what I did every single day, and I was waiting for the day my husband found out on his bank statement.
What the hell is this? Why is the credit card debt so high?
What was that? Oh, that's all of the food your mother and sister ordered at my cafe.
How can two people order more than $3,000 worth of food and drinks at a cafe? How does that even make sense? Did you just use my card even when they didn't make a purchase? Did you do that just to increase your revenue or something?
That's nonsense, and you know that. That is the result of your mother bringing in 7 to 8 of her friends every single day and ordering all of the food and drinks. Don't even get me started with your sister. She would come over every single day and order at least 2 smoothies, waffles, and a cake. Thanks to your family members, business has been flourishing. Almost every single day, we run out of products to sell. I had a feeling that you won't believe me, so I went ahead and gathered all of the receipts of their purchases. Here, take a look at every single one of them. I had them single-handedly sign all of them, so take a good look. Do you see their names here? Here are the names of your aunt, uncle, nephew, and all of your mother's friends. There's a lot of things to read on the receipt, so you can take your time if you want. If you still don't believe me, you can go ahead and call all of your family members and ask if they really signed it.
You just gave them everything that they asked for while using my card?
I thought you wanted me to stop being cheap about giving to your family members. Isn't that what you wanted me to do? All I did was just do what you told me to do. I gave them everything that they asked for without a word of complaint. And you were the one who handed me your credit card, telling me to just pay with it. I just followed your advice, that's all. Do you have a problem with that?
But still, you went a little too far, don't you think? I don't think it was necessary to use this much money on my card.
I think I already told you that countless times myself. I told you about how your family members are taking it a little too far in my cafe. You were the one who told me to stop being so stingy in front of your family members. Did you not? You told me that it's never a waste to give out free food to your own family members, and all I did was just follow your advice. Did you not receive a text message every time I used your card? You haven't been saying a word about any of this, so I just figured that you were being extremely generous towards your family members.
I turned off all of my bank account notifications because I'm too lazy to read the text messages. You should be well aware of that.
I really had no idea. How do you expect me to know that? I don't have any information about your phone's notifications. But that's something that you should not disable in the first place. It's never too late to turn it on now.
That's not the problem here. You know well enough that I can't pay off this credit card loan. You know exactly how much I get paid from work.
That's a pity, because it's your own card. You should be able to figure it out on your own.
You want me to go and waste all of my monthly earnings on coffee?
So why were you so confident in handing me your card then, if you weren't even able to take responsibility for any of this?
I had no idea that they would be eating this much food.
I thought I already told you countless times. I told you about how much food your mother and sister are eating for free. Did you not listen to anything that I told you?
I really did not know that it was this severe. I'll make sure to tell my mom and sister about this. I'll tell them to stop going over to your cafe. So will you please pay this loan for me? Your cafe's revenues must have increased a lot now, didn't it?
Yes, thanks to everything that happened, I was able to hit a record-breaking number of sales. It's not easy to increase your revenue with $3,000 in just 1 month.
I'll be sure to tell my mom and sister never to go back to your cafe ever again. I'm going to tell all of my other family members as well.
And be sure to tell them not to come back starting from tomorrow. If you do that, I will pay for your credit card debt.
Okay, Charlotte. Just trust me. I will make sure that they never set foot in your cafe ever again. How can Mom and Ruth spend this much money on food and drinks? How much have they been eating and drinking? They're drinking coffee like it's water. $3,000 makes no sense. Mom, I'm going to need you to stop going over to Charlotte's cafe.
What's wrong? Did she say something to you again?
All of those times you and Ruth visited the cafe for food and drinks, she paid for all of it using my credit card.
What?
My credit card bill for this month is over $3,000. It's not like you're going to be paying for this, Mom.
So this whole time, she was pretending to give us free food and drinks, but she was actually using your card to pay for it?
Actually, I was the one who told her to use my card whenever my family orders something.
You idiot! Why are you telling me this right now?
I had no idea that you and Ruth would be eating this much food. This is not my fault. What kind of mother-in-law goes over to her daughter-in-law's cafe and orders thousands of dollars worth of food and drinks? If you want to prevent me from suffering a bad credit history, and if you don't want me to get divorced, then please listen to what I am telling you. I'm going to need you to stop going over to Charlotte's cafe anymore. Even if you are going to pay for the food and drinks, I don't want you to go over there.
If I had known this would have happened, then I wouldn't have brought my friends and siblings over there. I literally brought every single one of them to the cafe. Do you know how embarrassing this is?
And now I'm literally responsible for paying all of it. Charlotte told me that she would pay for my credit card loans if I tell you and Ruth to stop going over to her cafe. Please stop going there. I'm begging you. It's so tough for me to deal with this as the middleman.
What a sly little fox she is. No wonder she seemed so happy every time she handed us the food and drinks.
This is not even Charlotte's fault. It's you and Ruth's fault for ordering that much food to begin with. She's not the one to blame here.
I didn't raise you to go against me like this. How can you talk to your own mother like that?
If you take a look at your bank statement and see that somebody has ordered $3,000 worth of coffee, then I'm pretty sure you would do the same thing. I'm really going to have to ask you to stop going over there now. Are you going to be taking accountability for my bad credit history? You wouldn't want that to happen to your own son.
You were the one getting whipped around by your own wife. Why are you trying to blame me for this? If anything, you should be blaming yourself. You are literally the man of the house, and you can't even take a hold of your own wife.
I told my mom never to go over to your cafe ever again. I can promise you that she won't ever set foot in that place again.
Do I have your word?
Yes. I made sure to get the message directly into her ear. She will most likely tell Ruth to stop going there too.
You should have done this a lot earlier. It could have saved you from so much trouble.
I'm so sorry, Charlotte. Back when you told me about the situation, I had no idea that it was this bad. From now on, I will be good to you. When I took a look at my bank statements, I was immediately awoken to the truth. If you hadn't paid off my loans for me, then I would have never been able to do it for myself. From now on, I will get up early in the morning to help you work in the cafe during the weekends.
Okay, fine. I will believe you. As long as I am your wife, it's impossible for me to never see your mother and sister again. But as long as I am working at my cafe, I don't want them there. It was extremely hard for me to deal with that during our first couple months of being married together.
Don't worry, you have my word. I really reflected on my behavior this time. As for the credit card debt, I'll be sure to pay you back the money little by little.
Okay, I believe you. So from now on, you will be taking my side on things, right?
Yes, from now on I will only listen to what you have to say. I will put you as my number one priority.
After my husband told his family members to stay out of my cafe, I never saw any of them in my store ever again. My husband, who wants to make up for the credit card loan that I am paying for him, is helping me out at the cafe every weekend. At first, I really wanted to get divorced and I was regretting my marriage to him. But nowadays, our relationship has gotten a lot better and peaceful. My cafe is doing very well in terms of business. Sometimes it's not useful to be overly generous. Doing so might only make things worse for you. Nowadays, I am more confident in the way I talk to my mother-in-law and Ruth. I make sure to tell them my opinion on things, whether it be for holiday or family reasons. I gotta be honest, it was very difficult for me at first. But once I got accustomed to it, I started to feel a very big peace in my heart. I want to encourage all wives out there to speak your voice when you need to. It may be very hard at first, but you will be so much happier if you do so and your skills will increase. We have every right to be at peace with ourselves.